Alright, what's going on guys, this Saiyan17 here, and in my previous video I asked you guys if you wanted my version of the Kirby vs Majin Buu death battle, and pretty much 99% of people said yes. I got almost 300 comments of people telling me to do it, so here it is. Now before I get into it guys, let me just tell you that I will not be going over the origins of these two characters. This is a follow-up to Screw Attack's death battle, so I'm not going to waste any time with that. If you haven't seen their video, I suggest you go watch that before you watch this video, just so you can understand a bit more of what I'll be talking about. Now you guys know how I do my versus battles. I have 4 categories, which are strength, speed, skills/techniques, and then the final one, which is durability. So with that being said guys, let's get started by talking about our first category, which is strength, and we'll begin with Kirby. Now, what I learned from Screw Attack's video was that Kirby is powerful enough to crack a planet in half. He's strong enough to punch a hole through the earth. He has destroyed a character called Nova, who is the size of a planet. Kirby is also strong enough to throw a monster 30 times his size on a frying pan all the way to the sun and then back. Now, I'll be honest with you, for a character like Kirby, that's actually very impressive. But these are all things that have been there since the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. Did you people just forget about that randomly? Vegeta had enough power to destroy planet Earth with his Gallic gun, and this is from the Saiyan saga. Frieza had enough power to completely wipe out planet Vegeta in his first form with his finger. Cell had enough power to destroy the entire solar system. All these characters that I've named are weaker than Majin Buu. Majin Buu is literally levels above these guys. Let me give you an example. Remember Deborah. Goku himself said that Deborah's power level is about the same as Perfect Cell. Now, do you remember how badly Majin Buu destroyed Deborah? He made it look easy and he wasn't even trying. That right there just shows you what Majin Buu is capable of. We never even got to see the full potential of his power. He was barely even trying. This is a character who was wiping out entire cities with his breath. Even though this form of Majin Buu is weaker compared to Evil Buu, Super Buu, and Kid Buu, he still has enough destructive power to destroy planets. So as of right now, I don't even see a point of talking about his other forms. Majin Buu clearly wins in strength. Alright, next category is speed, and this is where Screw Attack just completely fucked up the fight. They butchered the fight so bad that it made no sense at all. Let's start with Kirby again. Now when it comes to speed, Kirby has this thing called the Warp Star. If you've played the Kirby video games, you'll know that this is his primary mode of transportation. It's a big yellow star that takes Kirby from point A to point B, and it's also faster than light. This was one of the big reasons as to why Screw Attack said Kirby has the advantage in speed, so remember that. Now like I said, there are many problems with this that Screw Attack did. The stupid morons there don't understand the difference between travel speed and fighting speed. As I said before, the Warp Star might be able to move Kirby faster than Majin Buu, but how exactly was Kirby able to fight him? The Warp Star has zero effect on Kirby's fighting speed, so how exactly was Kirby even able to land blows on Majin Buu? So that's one of the big problems that the death battle had. Think about it this way. Let's say I'm riding a motorcycle at a speed which is more than 200 kilometers per hour. That's way faster than I am, but according to Screw Attack's broken logic, just because I am sitting on this motorcycle, I myself am just as fast, which makes absolutely no sense at all, and hopefully you understand that. Now another thing I noticed was that Kirby only used his Warp Star for a few moments in the fight, but in the moments in which he never had his Warp Star, how exactly was he moving so fast? How exactly was he keeping up with Majin Buu's fighting speed? And this is another major flaw in the fight. Kirby has never moved this fast. If you've played the video games, you'll know exactly how slow he is. Screw Attack themselves said in the beginning of the video that Kirby is fast enough to run on water.
He's powerful enough to crack a planet in half. Fast enough to run on water. Fast enough to run on water.
Fast enough to run on water.
Now to some people this might seem impressive, but when you're comparing it to a Dragon Ball Z character, this is pretty fucking pathetic. Even for Dragon Ball standards, this would be considered a joke. So that shows you once again just how stupid these people are and how this fight was made to be in Kirby's favor all along, even though it made no sense at all. There's one more thing I want to add which bothered me quite a bit. Near the end of the fight, Screw Attack said that Kirby's Warp Star moves faster than light, a speed Buu has never had to combat before.
And Kirby's Warp Star moves faster than light, a speed Boo has never had to combat before. And Kirby's Warp Star moves faster than light, a speed Boo has never had to combat before.
And Kirby's Warp Star moves faster than light, a speed Boo has never had to combat before.
Once again, Screw Attack making no sense at all. Weren't you idiots the ones who said that Goku is faster than light in your Goku vs. Superman video?
His top speed clocks in at over 2.5 billion kilometers per hour, over 2 times the speed of light. His top speed clocks in at over 2.5 billion kilometers per hour, over 2 times the speed of light.
Now, some people may make the argument and say that, well, you know, when Screw Attack said that, they were actually talking about Super Saiyan 4 Goku and his top speed, which is faster than light. Now let me tell you that his top speed was calculated using base form Goku during the Saiyan Saga while he was on Snake Way. That's not even close to how fast he is by the end of Dragon Ball Z. Anyone who has seen Dragon Ball Z will tell you that Goku's base form also increases in power and speed throughout the series. So for them to use Saiyan Saga Goku makes absolutely no sense. Now the funny thing is that the number they crunched out was still faster than light, so just imagine if it was done properly. Goku's top speed would have been much higher. Goku is a character who has shown his speed increasing multiple times over the course of the series in both Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Kid Goku was able to dodge bullets. He was able to dodge lasers. He was fast enough to jump in the air and catch a Dragon Ball before they could all scatter away. In the fight between Goku and Tien in Dragon Ball, Tien used a solar flare, which is literally a flash of light, and Kid Goku was fast enough to get Roshi's glasses before the light hit him. In Dragon Ball Z, during the Frieza arc after Goku came out of the healing capsule, he was fast enough to travel from one side of planet Namek to the other in a second. This was before he even became a Super Saiyan, and he did not have the ability to use instant transmission at this point. After seeing all these different things, how are you going to tell me that Goku in the Buu Saga is not faster than light, especially in Super Saiyan 3? So for Screw Attack to say that Majin Buu has never fought anyone faster than light is just straight up bullshit. Majin Buu has been able to trade blows with the Z fighters multiple times, so for him to be slower against Kirby makes absolutely no sense. This category goes straight up to Majin Buu, easily. Okay, now we're on our third category, which is skills/techniques. Now this is where things start to get interesting. Once again, I'll put up the things Screw Attack used for Kirby. So obviously, Kirby has the ability to inhale pretty much anything, but he does have trouble when they are bigger and heavier. After inhaling them, he has the power to copy their abilities. To go a bit more in depth, he can gain the abilities and weapons of the users he inhales, giving him things like swords, hammers, fighting abilities, fire, ice, and the list goes on. But these copy abilities do have their downfall. If you land a major hit on Kirby, he will lose these abilities. Kirby also has his Warp Star, which we previously discussed, so I'm not going to get into that whole thing again. Kirby is only 8 inches tall and weighs pretty much nothing, so he can inflate his body and fly like a balloon. Kirby also has this item called the Star Rod, which he can acquire after inhaling his Warp Star. Lastly, Kirby has a copy ability called Hypernova. When Kirby eats this thing called a miracle fruit, he undergoes a temporary, I repeat, temporary transformation that increases the power of his inhale ability. This allows Kirby to inhale larger objects, which he normally wouldn't be able to. Now, what's funny to me is the fact that Screw Attack did the best they could to make Kirby as strong as he could possibly be. They were pulling things from all the different Kirby video games and also from the Kirby anime, but when it came to Majin Buu, he was downplayed even though they only had to look at one source for all his information, which was the anime. I'm not surprised though, because they did the same thing with Goku as well. They didn't even bother using Majin Buu at his strongest form. For people who don't know, Majin Buu's strongest form is Super Buu Gohan Absorbed. And the reason for that is because not only does he have his own power, but he also has the power from Ultimate Gohan, Piccolo, Goten, and even Trunks. Kid Buu is the most dangerous, yes, because of his wild fighting style and the fact that he's this uncontrollable monster who will pretty much destroy his own body just to wipe out a planet. But when it comes to power, the strongest form of Majin Buu to ever exist was Super Buu Gohan Absorbed. There is a reason why Goku and Vegeta had to become Super Vegeto in order to fight him. Now some people might say that the Saiyan 17 using Super Buu Gohan absorbed would be considered outside help, and my answer to that would be yes, I know, but so were the 6+ characters that Kirby absorbed during the battle, but no one complained about that. The fact that Super Buu didn't even appear in the battle and the amount of outside help Kirby was getting just goes to show how biased these idiots at Screw Attack really are. But anyways, let's get into Majin Buu's skills and techniques now. Majin Buu, just like every other Dragon Ball Z character, has the ability to use key attacks such as his Ki Blast, all different types of energy waves such as his Mouth Blast, Vanishing Beam, his Vaporize attack. He has an attack called Innocence Express where he literally just runs extremely fast. He actually destroyed entire cities using this just by running through everything in his path. He has his Ki Shield, which he can use for defensive purposes, and this is a technique used by many characters since early Dragon Ball. Majin Buu is an extremely fast learner to the point where he can replicate other attacks just by watching them. This is how he was able to learn the Kamehameha. Majin Buu also has the ability to heal people back to full health. Now he does not have the power to bring back the dead, but as long as they are alive, he can bring them back to full health. Obviously he has his famous Chocolate Beam where he can turn not only people but even objects around him into food and eat them. Flame Shower Breath, which I talked about before, it can easily be used to destroy cities. His Angry Explosion, which was strong enough to bring even Majin Vegeta to his knees. He has full control over his body so he can easily shapeshift, stretch, basically manipulate his body however he wants. Majin Buu has the most impressive regeneration ability in the entire anime. He's able to regenerate even if he's blasted to vapor, which is basically gas. Much like Kirby, after absorbing people, he's able to use their attacks such as Piccolo's Special Beam Cannon or Gotenks' Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. Majin Buu even has telekinesis. He was able to lift up everyone in a city all the way up into the air just so he could turn them into candy. If he can do that to all those people, what exactly would stop him from doing that to Kirby? In fact, it would actually be even easier on Kirby since he's only 8 inches tall and weighs nothing. Majin Buu could send him flying into the sun since, Screw Attack loves using the sun so much. He could do that without even using his hands, without even touching Kirby. Buu has many other attacks such as his eye lasers, and the list goes on and on. If I were to talk about every single one, I'd be sitting here all day. Let's just skip to his most powerful attack, the Planet Burst attack, or Death Ball, which is pretty much his version of the Spirit Bomb in a way. Goku himself stated that this attack is strong enough to blow up the Earth at least 10 times.
No, that can't be meant for us. That's way too much energy. It's enough to blow up the planet 10 times. Vegeta, we can't stop that.
How come Screw Attack didn't talk about all this stuff? Where was all this info on Majin Buu? Kirby's most effective technique is his ability to inhale people, and as we've seen, that won't even work on Majin Buu because Majin Buu has a technique called Vice Shout or Dimension Scream where he can literally collapse the dimension walls and create a rift in the universe. Every time Kirby inhales Buu, he just come back out. The Supreme Kai himself even said that Buu could have destroyed the entire universe in seconds by using this. I don't even have to say anything more. We all know who gets the check mark here. And lastly, we have finally reached the final category, which is durability. How much punishment can these characters take? Now, like Screw Attack mentioned, Kirby is very durable. For a character who's only 8 inches tall, he was able to survive after being crushed under thousands of tons and has also survived an explosion that would destroy the entire world. I want to talk about the ending of Screw Attack's Death Battle now, the part where Kirby transforms into Hypernova and absorbs Buu's Planet Burst attack and then fires it right back at him, sending Majin Buu into the sun and killing him off. Now in my opinion, that's bullshit, but according to Screw Attack it makes perfect sense, just because Buu couldn't stop the Spirit Bomb. So let me begin by saying that Majin Buu would have stopped his own attack easily. Do you people even know what it took to stop Majin Buu? That Super Spirit Bomb that Goku used was being powered by the energy from Earth, the energy from Otherworld, the energy from New Namek, and most importantly, by Goku himself. And you know what Buu did? He deflected that Spirit Bomb. This was already the biggest Spirit Bomb that Goku ever used in the entire manga and anime, and Buu deflected it back. Then Dende had to wish for Goku's energy to be restored. Then Goku transformed into a freaking Super Saiyan just to add more power to the attack, just to add that final impact. That's how much power it took to beat Majin Buu. And you idiots are telling me that he would get beat by his own attack. You're telling me that Majin Buu would get thrown around using a fucking hammer, because that's what was happening in the fight. Majin Buu has taken hits head on from characters who are Planet Busters. Piccolo, Gotenks, Ultimate Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. In Battle of Gods, he went up against Beerus, the God of Destruction, and he took hits from him, but apparently in Screw Attack's video, he was getting beat by a pink midget using a hammer. If that doesn't show you how stupid these people are, then nothing will. Clearly, the people behind these videos have hit their heads on the floor too many times because the stupidity is off the fucking charts. With all this being said, guys, it should be clear to you that I think that Majin Buu not only beats Kirby, but absolutely destroys him. Not only is Buu stronger, faster, has more techniques, but they are all effective against Kirby. It's like having both quality and quantity. And lastly, he's much more durable. Majin Buu is known for destroying hundreds of planets in the Dragon Ball universe. He survived these types of blasts time and time again. Do I hate Kirby? Absolutely not. I didn't even care about him until they made this death battle. I'm sure he's a cool character, but putting him up against Majin Buu is just completely stupid. You know, originally I was going to make a video just shitting on Screw Attack and these stupid death battles that they keep making. But you know what? Keep making more of them. Screw Attack, keep making the Dragon Ball Z characters look weak, because you know what, at the end of the day, I will always be here to expose your filthy ass each and every time. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, share it with your friends, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.